every generation, I think, has their one moment or incident in history that they will never forget, or never forget where they were at the time. And for me, one of those is 9/11. There's a saying, those who don't remember the past are doomed to repeat it. And I think your generation has to be aware of that saying and what it means and learn from it. And what you should learn is what, unfortunately, some people are capable of. And you have to replace all that with no bullying, kindness, accepting everybody for who and what they are. I mean, it sounds a little cheesy, but I don't mean it that way. I mean it seriously.
In passing on the message, I hope that this generation, or at least some of the kids, students, heed the call to be active obviously in politics and government and stuff like that, and realize, that there are other entities out there that are willing to hurt our type of life that we live here, all right? And that we kind of have to open up our minds and think about how other people live and how their life can affect our life. Because if we don't do that, things like this are going to happen again.
When the event happened, I was here at American Heritage. I was in my 7th grade American history class. Mrs. Porges was the one who came in to tell us about what happened. And my best friend at that time, her brother was working in the North Tower. It left a stain on everybody's life, but I feel like we didn't let it get us down as a country.
I've continued to talk about 9/11, remember it, reflect on it every year in my classes since it happened. I think it's very important that we do that. But I think it's more important to connect on it with the kids in terms of just memories, in terms of reflections. And the way to do that is to make it personal, to tell a story about it, to make it come real, to come alive to the kids. Because it's more important to do that the further and further away we get from the event. As it becomes more and more of a remote event, the kids have to hear more about it, the students have to hear more about it from a personal level. And that's why I really try to make sure I do that in all my classes. To tell the story of what happened with me that day, what happened here at school that day, what happened with the people around us that day. If they hear it as a personal story or a personal narrative, it means that much more, and they'll remember it that much more.
With every student in American Heritage born on or after 2001, it's important we remember the fallen and grow together to create a more accepting and safe community. To activism, patriotism, and tomorrow. Reporting for WHS News in Plantation, Florida, I'm Bella Ramirez.